Yes, guys, welcome again to another time on Big Brother Naija Updates. And yes, the week has been crazy. So it started out relatively peaceful, but now we're at this point where we don't even know what's happening. The whole house is almost literally upside down. Everybody is trying to find out what is working best for them in terms of strategy. Now, let's talk strategy because honestly, I don't even know whose strategy is superior at this point. Now, let's start with Pere. General Pere, that's what you guys call him, right? And initially he was giving you what you wanted. And now it looks like Pere is like, you know what? This general, they work. We need to veer off into something else. And now he's trying to be petty. He's trying to associate himself with fights. He's basically trying to get seen. And in his bid to get seen, he's involving himself in a lot of fights. And I don't know if that's working because the general strategy wasn't working and maybe he has shifted. But do you think this is working for him? And do you think this will keep him in the top 5? Let's know in the comment section. All right, let's move to Ceecee. Now, Ceecee in her season was known to be tough, independent, bad-mouthed because she had plenty of bad character and bad behavior, and very cantankerous. And that exactly hasn't changed in this season. But Ceecee is trying to make us believe that it has. How? I'll tell you. Before, anytime Ceecee is involved in a fight, she just closes eye and moves on. Like, if you talk to me, you talk to me. If you don't, well, your loss. But in this one, she's trying to give the impression that she's a different person. So when she's fought with you, she comes back to apologize. You know, she did that with Doyin, did it with Alex. And for her to have done that with Alex, given the history that they have, that tells you that Auntie knows what she's doing. And guess what? You guys are eating it. Yeah, chopping it like Indomie.
People who don't say now, every other person's family is not we are not walk to go and push for their own candidate. Because you say we don't take from God, we don't take. We don't be new cards, so all these are our old families.
Okay, let's move on to Ike. Ike at the beginning of the season seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. But going by all the plotting, all the gossip, all the manipulations, all the instigating, Ike definitely knows what he's doing. At the moment, he is using Ceecee as his biggest ally when it comes to instigating. He's instigating Ceecee, using her as his mouthpiece. So he's putting words in her mind and just playing mind games with her, and she's acting out those mind games. If you notice during her fights with Pere, during her fight with Mercy, Ike was somewhere in the corner, just doing DJ. Look, okay, do this. And that tells you that Ike knows exactly what he's doing. That, I think, is his strategy. And I think it's working. Let's talk about Neo. Neo initially seemed like he was lost. And one of the biggest reasons why that was the case was because our auntie at the top, Tolani Badge, did not allow Neo to breathe. And now, Tolani Badge has left the house and Neo is like, more breathing time activated. So he's basically latching on to Illebaye, not just because she's the content, so to speak, but because I think he actually low-key likes her. So she's working for him on both ends. Do you think that's going to work? I don't know. Illebaye herself. Illebaye has caught herself in the middle of different rectangles, triangles, all sorts of angles at this point. And she's always coming back to the point where she's apologizing, where she's crying, she's playing the victim a lot. That is one of her strategies, playing the victim. If you notice in the fight with White Money as well, it was pretty clear that that was what she was rooting for. And I guess that makes you also realize the fact that she's really latching on to playing the victim strategy. Also, one of her strategies is kiss and make out with other guys. And this time, she's doing it without remorse. She's holding on and, playing around with Prince. She's doing that with Cross. And she's eating the hell out of what Neo is offering as well. So it's like, I'm the Gen Z baddie, people. You've got to recognize that. So in passing, let's talk about Mercy. Mercy said it recently. A lot of people have been rooting for Mercy, and now it looks like they will root for her even more, particularly if they want her to stay. She talked about wanting to leave the house. She was like, okay, she was tired and everything, and now she wants to leave the house. Given that is, if you ask me, and since I'm not doing this video, yes, you ask me, she is indirectly calling on her mercenaries to vote and keep her in the house. So she can say she wants to leave, and yes, they call it a voluntary exit, but there's 120 million on the line. So I don't think Mercy actually wants to leave, but I think that was a way of acknowledging and getting pity from people so that they can vote for her. So who do you think has a strategy I haven't mentioned? Whose strategy do you think would work enough to keep them in the top 3 in the house? Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with a lot of people that you know. Catch you later.